We're going to recognize you. We're going to get started in 1 minute. We are live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Periscope here, and of course we are on Zoom. So everybody, welcome tonight. Yeah, 1 more minute, and let's start here with the cities and states. I'm going to get on YouTube, Talisha, if you're able to get on Facebook.
I am. Just
so we can see the family out here, what everybody is up to and talking about. Okay, so put a 1 in the chat if you're excited to hear about crafting a killer pitch, a perfect pitch, a pitch that's going to get you the results you're looking for. I see the chat lighting up. Fantastic. You're in the right place. I'm going to ask another question as well. Put a 2 in the chat if you need a killer pitch for your business. Put a 3 in the chat if you need a killer pitch for your career, like a job interview or something like that. Put a 4 in the chat if you're trying to negotiate a better salary.
Ooh,
so
go get it.
We're going to do all of those tonight. So a 2 in the chat for your business, a 3 in the chat for a job interview, and a 4 in the chat for negotiating a better salary or pitching yourself for a better salary. And we want to say hello, everybody. DC's in the house, Decatur, Illinois, Atlanta, Hampton Roads, Williamsport, Pennsylvania, Everett, Washington. Siobhan is saying, saw Precious yesterday on Ascent conference. I love her. Congratulations. Everyone's saying, doing awesome. Congratulations to Precious. We got Sacramento. We've got the Netherlands.
Ooh,
California's in the house. Jackie Frederick, California. Kalamazoo, Michigan. Boston. Another Fairfield, California. Detroit's in the house. Wilmington, Delaware. Brooklyn. Another Detroit. I see a lot of 1s for people who are pumped up. The D-Town, Pensacola's in the house. Norfolk is in the house. We have people putting in several 1s. So Precious, I think the family is ready to hear from you. I see a lot of 2s in here for people who have businesses. I see a 4 in here for someone who wants to negotiate a better salary or pitch themselves for a better salary. And I see a 3 in here as well for jobs. So we're going to do a little bit of everything, Precious. I know you got your presentation here.
We got someone in the chat here that's negotiating for a real estate deal.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
That's right.
Wow.
Get the real estate and just buying any kind of asset. So I will say another thing as well. For those of you who want to do it, there are going to be businesses, cash flowing businesses for sale as well. So some people may want to get into buying real estate, but some people may want to get into buying businesses, which is huge. So Naima's saying, what do I put for pitching a creative project? Oh, well, that's pitching a business. That's a creative project, pitching a business. So you're 2, Naima. So, all righty then. Well, we are going to let you start, Precious. I'm going to pass the floor over to you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I was going to be introduced. So I was just like, I didn't know.
No.
All right. Okay.
You know what? I'm just a fan of tell us about yourself. And then, you've got this presentation.
Oh, no. Listen, I'll go in. It's not even a problem.
Yes. And everybody get your pens and
y'all ready?
Yes.
Y'all ready? Let's go. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to #Secrets of the Killer Pitch Master, how to create the perfect pitch. And I am so delighted to be here with you all tonight. Listen, I'm going to bring big energy, big funk, big noise. Come with your questions. And like Radio Shack, we've got answers. Okay. My name is Precious Williams. I'm the proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. This is going to be an interactive event. So probably about halfway through, if you have questions, I know the ladies will help me in making sure that we answer your questions. But again, it's going to be interactive. You're going to get ready to put some stuff in the chat. If you feeling me, put in the Put in some noise, put in some funk, let's get it. So again, welcome to Secrets of the Killer Pitch Master, how to create the perfect pitch. So here's our agenda for tonight. We're going to be talking mostly about elevator pitches, but you can apply this to investor pitches, speaker pitches, interviewing pitches, and the like, right? So I specialize in 5 different pitches: the elevator, the media, the investor, the speaker, and the interview pitch. You can apply all of these to what we'll be talking about tonight. And if you have specific questions about particular types of pitches, bring those questions too. I want to make sure that you have your questions addressed tonight. We're going to be talking about, why do you even need a pitch in the first place? Whether you are running a business, whether you are in corporate America, whether you're in service-based industries, everyone needs a pitch. Then we're going to talk about the basics of a pitch, and then we're going to take it into overdrive. What are the elements of a killer pitch? Now, I recognize that a lot of you have gone on Google and you've heard, you've learned who you are, what you do, target market, powerful call to action. Like, that's cute. And we could talk about that, but I think we're above that right now. We're going to take it to the next level, because basic pitches is cute, and we're going to lay the foundation tonight, but I want to take you into overdrive so that when you are in competition with someone, or if you are submitting proposals, or you are trying to get in media, or if you're trying to get investor dollars, remember, this is a battle and you have to play to win, right? And as Ric Flair, the great wrestler, said, to be the best, you've got to beat the best. And so tonight, I'm going to show you how to beat the best at their own game, okay? So that is our agenda for tonight. So about me, yes, my wig game is on fleek. I try to change up my hair like I change my underwear. It's an everyday occurrence. You never know what I'm going to look like. And so I am the proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. I have been a speaker since I was 16 years old. And I am 41, very proud to be 41 years old, which means I've been doing this 25 years. You're going to notice that I don't speak like anybody else. No, I didn't go to the Les Brown School of Speaking, didn't go to the Lisa Nichols School, I didn't go to any of those schools. I learned how to speak on my own. So you're going to feel a different type of energy, a different type of authenticity and transparency. I am a 13-time national elevator pitch champion. In fact, I appeared on season 8 of Shark Tank in 2016. I've been in Forbes magazine, CNN, Wall Street Journal, top business shows around the world, from Italy to Australia to Canada, Halifax, Nova Scotia. I've been around the world teaching the art and science of pitching and communication skills and speaking. I am a former New York City-based attorney, passed the bar on my first try. And I don't even look back at that time in my life. I've worked with some of the best firms in the world, Sullivan and Cromwell. I clerked for a federal judge in the Southern District, the Honorable Judge Harold Bayer, who is now deceased. And I've worked in medical malpractice, products liability, and toxic torts. As you can tell from my personality, that was very boring. It was not suited for my personality. I love to work with bad bitches. I said it, I ain't running from it. It is what it is. I wrote a book called Bad Bitches and Power Pitches for Women Entrepreneurs and Speakers Only, which was the #1 bestseller with a billboard in Times Square to prove it. And I love working with women, especially women who are unapologetically themselves. They may be a little afraid about how to get out there. They've been successful in different realms, but now they want to take it to the next level, and they need someone to hold their hand who's like, listen, let's do this. Ready to fight? Let's go. And so I want to give you my contact information right up front. If I say something tonight that really resonates with you, my website is www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. My Facebook is @PerfectPitchP. Twitter is @PerfectPitchP. On Instagram, I am PerfectPitchesP. And on LinkedIn, I am Precious L. Williams, #KillerPitchMaster. Got to stay on brand. So if I say anything tonight, you guys can go to my LinkedIn and connect with me. I'd love to know that I did something really wonderful for you all tonight, okay? And now let's get into Secrets of the Pitch Master, how to create the perfect pitch. It begins now. So #1, one of the things that I often encounter with people when they're first learning how to pitch is they just don't know where to start. And so we all know that the journey of 1,000 steps always starts with the first step. I don't need you to see everything moving ahead. I just need you to take the first step. The first step is being here tonight. The first step is acknowledging, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know I need to start. So tonight, again, we're going to go over the basics of a pitch. Why do you need one? Why is it important to always have one? Okay. So who's ready to get started? I want you to type 1 in the comments or just say ready. I want to see those readies in the comments so I know that we're ready to go. All right, I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see some people actually know. What's up? Okay, great. Okay, ready? Let's go. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Okay. So right as we begin Secrets of the Killer Pitch Master, one of the reasons why I'm a 13-time national champion, one of the reasons why I was able to get on Shark Tank without ever standing in line by having them come to me is because I had to get my mental game right. What they say, it's not the outer game, it's the inner game. So truth bomb number 1. These are real hard truths I want you to take care of. In this world, daring to be yourself when everyone else is trying to make you ordinary is the greatest adventure. We live in a world where everybody wants to be like everybody else. And I don't want that for you at all. If you want to stand out, if you want clients and customers to be coming to you, if you want investor dollars, you have to be willing to stand out in a crowded marketplace. You have to be willing to show up and show out. That means even if you are an introvert, you have to be willing to stand in it 10 toes tall. You have to be ready to stand in it. When I enter a room, you feel my presence way before you see me actually enter the room. I want you to feel me. Most investors are wanting to say no to everything. If you want them to say yes, you have to stand out. I don't care if you think your market is oversaturated. You have to create your own lane. And in order to create your own lane, you have to get really, really clear about what do you do that no one can do better than you. No one. I'm not just a pitch judge for major competitions, even at Google. I am the killer pitch master. I am hired by Fortune 500 companies, the tops, the LinkedIns, the Googles, the Microsofts, the NBC Universals, to help them slay all competition. Through what? Powerful, killer pitch, speaker, and coaching. That's what I do. My credentials speak for itself. Does yours? So be willing to stand out from this day forward. Y'all know y'all see me all the time on social media. Why do I do that? Because the more visible you are, it's like what Dr. Sherwood always says, visibility trumps ability. If people keep seeing you, they're going to keep wondering, why do they keep seeing you? Why is everybody talking about you? And then they're going to be curious enough to buy because I need to know what everybody else is doing, right? Truth bomb number 2. If you've gone through hard times in business already, if the pandemic, an economic downturn, and a social unrest have already stressed you out, just remember, hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. And as I tell my story tonight and the stories of my clients, I want you to really hear the hardships that they had to go through and what I had to go through to get here. It wasn't pretty. I didn't come from a good family. I came from extreme poverty out of the inner city of St. Louis, Missouri. I am the first person in my family to have a high school diploma, and that was in 1997. The first to go to college on a full scholarship, and the first to go to law school twice on a full ride, Georgetown and Rutgers. So I know what it's like to be abused, abandoned, kicked to the curb, and always told you're not quite good enough. And it's almost like what Chris Brown says, look at me now. And look at yourselves, what all the things that you've gone through. Every time you step into a room, be ready to do battle. Because business ain't easy, but it sure is fun. And so is pitching. So let's talk about it. The perfect pitch. What's the perfect pitch? What is an elevator pitch? Does anybody want to put in the comments what they think an elevator pitch really is? Just a brief description, a one-sentence description of what an elevator pitch is. Oh, I love it. Preciousism. I love it. I love it. It says, I don't see anyone who is willing to come forth with what is an elevator pitch. Let me 30 seconds to describe your product or service. Thank you, Gino. Tawana says, sharing your business idea in less than 2 minutes. Go ahead, y'all. Brand plug. Go ahead. Quick rundown of your business. Go ahead. 30 second synopsis of what you do. You better get it. Y'all better get it. Okay, so here's my opinion. Here's my opinion of what an elevator pitch is. It's a short, brief introduction of what it is that you do, that you're going to launch, that you're going to be putting out there. It's something short about your business. Think of it like this. You know how people talk about like bite-sized pieces? I want you to give them a juicy morsel. You didn't give them the whole plate. You gave them juicy morsel so that they want to eat more. They want to taste more. They want to go and have the full meal deal. So a lot of people, when they're putting together a pitch, they want to throw everything into it. And I want to tell you, focus on the most important parts. What is something you want people to remember about what it is that you do? How can you be of service to them? What pain point do you address? And how do you do it in your own unique way, right? So that's not asking you to take a business, that's not asking you to take your whole business plan and put it into 30 seconds. Not at all. Not at all. Think about it like this. As y'all know, I wrote Bad Bitches and Power Pitches for women entrepreneurs and speakers only, right? The title alone is an elevator pitch. The title alone. This book was written for women entrepreneurs and speakers only so that they can become bad bitches with power pitches. Think about it like this. Let me give y'all a short example of what an elevator pitch is, right? Ladies, raise your hands if you want to be a bad bitch with a power pitch. Fellas, raise your hands if you want to be a bad man with a master pitching plan. Well, you've come to the right place. My name is Precious Williams, and I'm the proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. And I literally teach the art and the science of the most killer elevator pitches, media pitches, investor pitches, speaker pitches, and interview pitches. So if you're looking to get those investor dollars, if you're looking for media attention right now to grow your company, if you literally just want to know what to say in a networking event so that people actually take your card and call you, then you should check me out at www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. Come see why I'm a 13-time national elevator pitch champion whose clients, including me, have also appeared on Shark Tank and the top business shows around the world. Come see why they have gotten investments in their company. And finally, truly, if you want to be a bad bitch with a power pitch, come see how I do that for you. Come see why Fortune 500 companies work with me as a corporate trainer, as an international professional speaker, and as a killer pitch master. I will show you how to slay all competition. My name is Precious Williams, and I am the founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. Thank you. So that tells a lot in a very short period of time, right? You know exactly what I do. You know exactly who I help. Why, like, what is an elevator pitch? How does it help to have an elevator pitch right now? Listen, y'all know, we're living with some difficult times right now. Very, very difficult times. If you're struggling to get out what you do, people are not going to pay you any attention. If it takes you too long to get out what you do, what you want to be known for, they're not gonna pay you attention. So you want to have something snappy. It's not even just having a tagline. You want to have something that will introduce you in rooms that you'll never enter. Have you ever been talking to somebody and they say, "Hey, I need someone to help me with like a trademarking and copyright and all that kind of stuff." I got the right person, Dwayne Duncan. That's my boy. He specializes in intellectual property law. And he does this, that, and the other. Do you see how quick that is? Because you just know. What most people will do is just say this when they go into networking events. My name is such and such, and I'm a graphic designer, and I'm here to help everyone who has graphic design needs. First of all, whack juice. You don't want to start with your name. You don't want to start with what you do. You want to paint a picture in their minds of how you can help a specific target market. You really do. And we'll go into that more as we go along into the basics of a pitch, right? How does a pitch help you in the future? Well, if you are setting the tone for where you are right now, and you're also showing what you can do future facing, then what you have actually done is turn prospects into future clients, because they know what you're capable of right now. And they know how, if there's somewhere and someone needs someone like you, they'll refer you, even if they haven't used you yet. You've made such an impression. That is the point of having an elevator pitch, a juicy morsel that somebody can take with them and go and pair it to someone else. The elevator pitch isn't just for you. It's for you to enter rooms that you'll never be in. It's for you to have people out there saying what you do so that they can become your future clients. That's what you want. Why does everybody need an elevator pitch? Can I get some people? Can I get 3 people in to volunteer and tell me, why does everyone need an elevator pitch? If you all are writing, I can't see because for some reason something happened. Okay. Can I get 3 people to tell me why? Okay.
Can you see it?
Okay, I can see it now.
Okay.
Okay, okay. So I see it's a tool of influence to connect with your target market. Yes, you meet potential clients. That you definitely do. Everyone needs an elevator pitch because it truly differentiates you from everyone else in your marketplace, in your industry. Because you want people to know you've created your own lane. And that's why people will come specifically to you and to no one else. I love that, Sasha, to illustrate that you've combined your drive, personality, and skills into a goal. Yes, definitely. So think about this. An elevator pitch is something that I don't want y'all to take lightly. We've all been at networking events where people keep saying the same pitch over and over again, and it doesn't hit on wax. It just doesn't. Yeah, just like this. I gotta wait. You ever been to a BNI meeting? And you keep hearing the same things and you're like, it didn't resonate the first time, it ain't resonating the 15th time. You want somebody who's going to stand out. The reason why some of you may be offended by when I say raise your hands if you want to be a bad bitch is because you're not my target market. Let's be clear about that. I don't speak to everybody and I don't speak for everybody. And even though I use that particular language, I spoke at the Federal Reserve Bank today at 2:00. I wasn't afraid to use that language there either. And they bought books before I showed up. So think about that. If you're worried about offending certain people, they're probably not your target market. So I wouldn't worry about it. And I know that's very different. Everybody wants to be safe, and this is not the time to be safe. I speak for unapologetic women who are secure in who they are. You don't have to like my language, and I'm okay with that. But I'm speaking to a certain target market. And that has not stopped me from selling my books or being booked and busy. Why? Not just because I'm unapologetic, but because I know who I'm speaking to. So if you're afraid of offending, you're probably in the wrong business. Even the Grace have had to offend certain people to get to where they had to go. There's always going to be people who tell you you can't do it. You're not strong enough. You're not this and you're not that. You have to choose to believe the God in you and believe that until you step into your purpose, another person can't step into theirs. So let's go over the basics of the essentials of a basic pitch, right? The basic pitch. So if you're in an elevator, you only have a few moments to really talk to someone, right? So on floor 1, what do you do? Floor 1, who are you? Floor 2, what do you do? Floor 3, what makes you unique? Floor 4, how do you do it and who does it affect? So think about that. Think about that for a second. That's like 4 floors. Can you do an elevator pitch in 30 seconds incorporating these 4. Cherie, is it okay if I do a hot seat with 3 people?
Yeah, sure.
Is that
You wanna bring
possible?
them up on the panel or,
You can bring them up on the panel, or we can just hear them, or I just want,
let's see here. I know how to bring
so
people
we
up on
able
the
to see, is
panel.
this webinar style, or is this, I can see them? Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, so we are webinar style. So either I can bring people up or it says allow to talk. I've never tried that button before, but you know what? Today I'm unapologetic. So
Be
okay.
unapologetic. I
All
want
righty
the
then.
first.
So
So,
first of all,
Cherie, if you
Miguel,
see the first 3, let's
yeah,
take them.
okay. So let's do this. So, well, actually, Miguel Martinez, your hand is up. If you could just, I'm going to lower your hand really quickly here. And then the first 3 people that raise their hand that want to be in the hot seat, you got to raise your hand through Zoom. So if you're in Facebook or someplace else, we're not going to be able to have you. So we got 2 already. We need 1 more. All right, we got our 3. We got our 3. We got our 3. Okay, we are going to start with Dawn B. Dawn B.
Dawn B. Okay. And so let me just make sure I set the scene. Okay. Let me set the scene. I want you to give me your elevator pitch incorporating these 4, but don't say the sentence first. Just give me your elevator pitch incorporating these four items.
Ooh, girl.
You ready, Dawn?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, kill it.
I am Dawn Barding and I work in a blood bank. I save lives every single day by transfusing patients and giving them life-saving blood. There is no other thing like it that can be its replacement.
Okay. So first of all, congratulations. I want to clap for the heavyweight champ, Dawn. Thank you for being the first. And because you're the first, I want Cherie to get your address and information. I'm going to send you 2 of my books just for you being the first to volunteer. Thank you so much. Second of all, thank you for talking about, is that your business working in a blood bank, or you just wanted to introduce what you do?
That's just what I do. I work at a hospital.
Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I would love when you finish to have like a call to action or to address your name and where you work again.
Okay.
Sometimes what I find when people pitch is when they start off with a question, a startling statistic, or something that's kind of off the wall, it draws people in. Right. So I'm glad that you started with this because this is basic and then you did exactly what you were supposed to do. But at the very end, always leave them with your name and possibly where you work or the name of your business. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm so thankful that you said, I'm stepping up to the plate. You know, visibility trumps ability, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you decide to go first?
Because I really need your help and I'm ready to make changes and put myself out there.
So are you wanting to put yourself out there for working in a blood bank, or in a hospital that deals with blood, or is there something else you really want to do?
Right. So right now I am in the interviewing process. I want to be a client services representative for a large blood center.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you know what you did? You talked about what you've done. You didn't talk about where you're going.
Okay.
So, you know, when you think about it like an interview pitch, think about it like this. When they start asking you questions about, the dreaded question. Tell us about who you are. Just give us some flavor for who you are. And you're like, man, I don't want to answer that question. I want you to think about the question behind the question, right? So everyone who gets an interview, they probably can do the job.
True.
What is so special about you that you may fit into their culture? What is something so special about you that they're always going to remember? What's a fun fact about you that you can relate back to what it is that they want to see in a client services position? Have you always just been working around certain people? Do you love working with people? Do you love like making sure people are okay? Do you love like stuff like that? And I know I'm drawing a blank just because I've never had that position before. But when you think about it, if you're going to be client facing, Do you love working with people you've never met before? Do you love showing people a certain type of way? Was there certain shows that you grew up watching that informed whether, this is the right field for you? Like, for example, when you were talking, I thought of Golden Girls for some reason. I don't know why, but I thought of Golden Girls. And I thought about how they always just sit around and eat cheesecake. And when they sat around and ate that cheesecake, they broke bread and they really got to the heart of why they were doing what they were doing. So when you go into the interview, it's not just about answering the question. You want to answer the question behind the question. Relate every question back to the position that you're in. Remember, you want to help clients. You want to make them feel comfortable. You want to make sure that they know what they're supposed to know going in, so they're not freaked out or anything like that, right? You want to make sure of that. Also, make sure you throw in fun facts about yourself that they can't find on the resume.
Okay.
What's a fun fact about you that they can't find on your resume?
I don't know.
You ain't got nothing funny?
No, not really.
So, like, I love old school country music, like Patsy Cline and Hank Williams. You're not going to find that on my resume.
Do you think they're going to care about that?
Actually, I do, because the people that you may be working around may not look anything like you,
Right.
but they may have eclectic music taste, and they might be looking like, word?
Girl.
Or
Okay.
you might like golf, or you might like making cheesecakes all day. I don't know.
Right.
But you'll be amazed that if you only focus on the professional part of you, you're not showing the cultural part of you.
Okay.
And I don't want to keep you too long, but I definitely want you to start thinking about that too. And as we go through the entire presentation, start thinking of some other things. But I thank you for being first. I'll make sure that Sheree gets your information, and I'm going to send you my books hand signed and everything. Okay.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thank you.
Thanks,
Next.
Dawn. Okay. So next person is Dominique R.
Go ahead, Dominique R. Kill it.
For whatever reason, it's saying I need to promote her. So hold on a second.
Okay.
I'll promote and then unpromote. Okay, Dominique.
You're on mute.
You're on mute, Dominique, if you're talking.
Okay.
Oh, there you
Hey,
are.
Dominique.
Hey,
I'm ready for you. Kill it.
can you hear me?
Yeah, you just sound a little weird, but I don't know if that's. Go ahead.
All right. Greetings. How about now?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Greetings. I'm Dr. Dominique Reese. Greetings. I'm Dr. Dominique Reese, where I'm the owner and chief financial coach at Reese Financial Services, where I specialize in working with women leaders, professionals, and entrepreneurs who are serving in their divine purpose, but have money problems to solve. Specifically, I help my clients to increase their income, increase their savings, and decrease their debt. Now, why would I do this? Because it is my vision to live in a world where every woman, leader, professional, and entrepreneur has a net worth of at least $100,000 so that she can take advantage of any opportunity to serve herself, her family, and her community. So if this sounds like you, then you need to visit reesefinancialservices.com and schedule your complimentary discovery session with me today. Thank you. Have a great day.
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm getting excited. Yes. I love your call to action. And I love that the more you went into your pitch, the stronger and stronger you got. Like you were like, I'm feeling myself. Oh, shoot, she in it now. She in it now. I love how I love it. You know, I never like people who start with their names and the names of their companies, but I really love what you said, working with these particular type of women, wanting to have $100,000 in their bank account. And what it sounds like is you're working with women who are already successful. They just don't know how to solve money challenges or get past the money stories in their mind that are keeping them from actually making an obscene amount, just from really cashing in on their talents, their skill sets, and their abilities. And
Correct.
I was just like,
their numbers don't reflect their work.
Who told you about me? Who told? No, I'm over 6 and figures that's fine. But no, I really love what it is that you do. I really appreciated how you did that. And if I were you, just think about something startling to start it off with, a question or something like that. Remember, you want to interrupt patterns. And the pattern is if everybody starts off sounding alike, no one's going to pay you any attention. No one. And you know what I mean when you're sitting in networking events and 15 people have been talking to you like this.
Yep.
So because you were second, Dominique, I'm going to send you. So our first woman, she got 2 books. I'm going to send you this book. And I'm going to have it mailed to you. Cherie, would you make sure you get her address so I make sure she gets this book? It'll be hand signed by me, okay?
Absolutely.
Thank
So
you.
Thank you so much, Dominique. Kill it. Thank you, love.
Yeah. Everyone who's getting gifts, please email me info@the10kproject.com. That's info@the10kproject.com. So, all righty then. Person number 3 is Tony. Tony T.
Tony T.
Tony, you're on mute. We can't hear you. Tony?
Cherie, is Tony talking? Because I can't hear him.
I can't hear. No, I don't hear him. Tony, I'm so
Is somebody
sorry.
talking? Let me see if he's in the
pass you.
chat. How do I unmute? He's okay.
It should say unmute.
You're unmuted
So
now.
you have to unmute yourself because I've already unmuted you. Let me try this. Let me try to promote you to panelist and see if that worked like that. Okay, Tony, can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. now we
Yes.
can hear you. There you go.
All right, hello.
Yes. Hey, Tony.
Hey, how's it going?
Going great. Kill it.
All right. So, how would you like to go to your favorite hip hop artists' shows for free? Yeah. Okay. Now,
Yes.
do you want better? How would you like to get paid to go to your favorite hip hop artists' shows for free? Okay. So my name's Tony. I'm the label owner of Set Trippin' Records. I'm also an artist and a producer. And for the last 7 years or so, I've been abroad doing music on my own, but then also empowering other artists to perform in their cities and also perform in other places. Now, currently, we're in a fundraising stage of my business because we're trying to expand our operations to top tier artists.
Yeah.
Again, I've been out in the world for about 7 years, and so I've got high experience in different markets on different continents. I've myself been performing in 10 countries. And so I kind of have the know-ins of what to do in these kinds of markets. Now, hip hop is actually the world's largest genre, and so it's highly profitable. I've done everything from electronic, I've got a country record, but I know hip hop from left and right. And so again, what I'm looking for investors who are interested in filling the void that Corona has created because nobody's going to shows.
True that.
And so what I would like from you, maybe we could speak another time, but I have a business plan ready. If you'd like to see it, I can explain some of my experiences in the past. And from there, I hope that we can build something and become profitable together.
All right. Your name is?
Tony Torian.
And the name of your company is?
Set Trippin' Records.
Set Trippin'. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. And just so you know, I know you're a man, but you're going to love this book too. I promise. You're going to love this book too. So first of all, thank you. Thank you. Clap for the heavyweight champ, Tony. Thank you so very much for being one of the first 3 to volunteer yourself. I like that you started off with a question, and it's one of those kind of questions that, again, like we're kind of rhetorical with it because you don't even have to wait for somebody to answer. You just keep it moving. I love the fact that, a lot of the artists are kind of struggling because they can't do what they want to do. But since you've been all over the world, you probably see new avenues to make money as artists, and you can be able to show these top tier artists, hey, you may not know this because you haven't been here, or even mid-card artist, how to really get out there and still get that paper, still grind and still make that money. And so one of the things I want you to think about is, what type of investors are you looking to speak to? What type of investors invest in like music or invest in technology? Is this a technological company? Is this a tech company?
We are rather tech savvy because how I empower the lower level artists is we're very data driven. And so I build a buzz in the cities before I send them to London or so. And to answer your previous question, what kind of investors I'm looking to go for, at the moment, I've noticed that, you know, people with melanin, there are not so many of us in the boardrooms of hip hop.
True that.
And so I'm trying to, the phrase they're using now is buy back the block, but I'm trying to apply that to hip hop. And so I've been looking for Black investors and startups.
So do you have a crowdfunding campaign right now? Is that how you're starting it, or are you strictly looking for investors first, or are you using a combination of both?
So far, I've reached out to my personal network, friends and family. I've put the idea in because I start with the people that already believe with me.
Definitely.
They've seen what I've done in the last 7 years around the world. But in the next month, I'll just say, when Corona is over, I want to be first out the gate. I want to be ready. And so in the near future, I will be looking for investors to go into business with.
So one of the things I would say to you, and then I definitely know we have to move on because I want to make sure that I still stay within time. One of the things that I definitely would say to you is very much use the power of LinkedIn to do some of your research. It's not just about just investors, but there are people out there who are hungry to put money into something like this. They want, and it may not necessarily call themselves investors. They may want to help in a crowdfunding. They might want to and see that you already have traction. They throw money into it, plus their connections and their resources. So some people only look for money, and I'm like, a connection to something else is greater too, because you don't just need money. You also need other connections too. That's going to make the process so much easier. And that's why I really love the fact that you're data driven. This is tech, and you already have the experience. A lot of times, some of us will enter into industries and we'll have the technical skill, but we don't have the overall grand scheme of how the picture will actually turn out. And you actually do.
Great.
Thank you so much, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Bye.
And
Bye.
don't forget, email me info@the10kproject.com.
Okay.
Your book. Thank
So,
you.
oh, sorry, Cherie. And so now what I want to do, and thank you all so very much for indulging me in being able to speak to 3 people. I find that when people are in the hot seat, you learn so much more. So if I just listened to them and just gave them a book, you wouldn't learn much. But there's so much that goes into pitching. What pain points are you dealing with? Are you really speaking to your target audience? Have you quantified the market? Have you qualified the market? What due diligence have you done? You know what I mean? Some of us think we know because intuitively we have this feeling, but it's about so much more than that. And is anybody who's ever watched Shark Tank? In the comments, if you've ever watched Shark Tank, type yes. My second question, does Shark Tank teach you everything you need to know about pitching? Cherie, am I good on time?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Just wanted to make
I'm probably gonna, whenever you're done, I have a couple of announcements, and then we'll take Q&A from the audience. So
no problem. Okay, everyone. Would anyone like to hear part of my Shark Tank pitch that got me on season 8 in 2016? I want to see some yeses. If y'all ever see a no, I'm still gonna do it anyway. Okay. Y'all ready? She ready. Y'all ready? Okay, let's go. Ladies, it's Valentine's Day, and you finally met the man of your dreams. You know what time it is. It's time to find some sexy lingerie to set the mood off nicely. But you weigh over 200 pounds. What's a big girl in the city supposed to do? Well, if you're anything like me, then you went to Victoria's Secret, and you found out that they don't even make a bra in your size. So then you went to Ashley Stewart and Lane Bryant, and you didn't really like the selection. Finally, as a last resort, you went to Macy's, where your choices were black, beige, and white. Again, what's a big girl supposed to do? Well, that's why I created Curvy Girls Lingerie. A Curvy Girls Lingerie with the ultimate shopping experience for full-figure divas and plus-size fashionistas. And just so we're clear, there are over 40 million women, size 14 or larger, in the United States, just like me, and we all want pretty underwear. And it's just too bad the most mainstream lingerie companies don't create products for women my size. So I know what else you may be thinking. Let's talk about them dollars and cents. Where them dollars at, right, sharks? In our first 6 months, We crossed 6 figures with our innovative website, with our direct sales home party model, where we have women who literally pay us to show our products to their network through the home party model. And finally, we go on a nationwide tour. We go on a nationwide tour every quarter where we're introducing our products to a brand new network for people who normally wouldn't have access to pretty, stylish, and fashion-forward lingerie in their size. And because we were able to do this, we defied the odds. To the people who think that curvy women don't matter, to the people who think that fat women don't matter, I'm here to tell you, we celebrate the beauty of curvy women every day with our sexy, stylish, and fashion-forward lingerie. We've defied the odds, sharks. I'm from the inner city of St. Louis, Missouri, and I was always told I'm too fat, too Black, no Ivy League degree, that I would never get here. But I stand before you today to let you know, jump on this roller coaster and go for the ride with the curvy girls. Come see why I'm considered the female MacGyver of business. My name is Precious Williams. The name of my company is Curvy Girls Lingerie. Thank you. So that was part of my pitch, right? Part of it. When I said, okay, ladies, now let's get in formation, and the door opened and my full figure divas came out and showed the lingerie. When I tell you the men, listen, Mark Cuban was like, you go, girl. Robert Herjavec said to me, watching you is like watching a master at their craft. You're a master salesman. And I just wanted to be like, can we cut? Can we cut? He said that to a Black woman. Y'all know I was 327 pounds when I started my first company. 327 pounds. My first elevator pitch got me on national television. My second elevator pitch got me $500,000. My next 14 elevator pitches, I became a 13-time national champion. That is how I got in a movie with Sir Richard Branson and Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for the Soul. That's how I got to live in Santa Monica on Ocean Avenue, filming in a glass mansion in Malibu. I'm from the hood, and you see the things that I got to do. So I want to show you, what did you learn in my pitch? You have to express your why. At the time, I was dating a very famous Hollywood actor, and I was 327 pounds. And everybody said, this doesn't make sense. No one's ever going to buy lingerie from you because you're too fat, you're too Black, and you don't have an Ivy League degree. Number one, you have to express your why. Why did you start your company, your organization, or career in the first place? What is special about it? Who do you want to help and why? I want to help the 40 million women size 14 or larger, just like me, who have no options for sexy, stylish, and fashion-forward lingerie for ourselves. Tired of looking at the Victoria's Secret angels and knowing we'll never be that. I don't have six-pack abs, and probably in this lifetime I never will, but that doesn't mean that I'm not pretty. Why are you the person or ultimate resource to handle their pain points and problems? Because I was going through it myself. And I know what it's like to be forgotten, dismissed, and ignored. No more. And what is your unique selling proposition? What do you do better than anyone else? And I can sell with the best of them. They just need to know we exist. So express your why. Not just know your why, not just start with why, but you need to express why. Why did I start off with Valentine's Day? Why? Why did I do that? Because you want to be a master storyteller. You have to tell a story. You want to set a scene in the audience's mind of where you want them to go. I led you from Valentine's Day to going and not being able to find anything. How do you think that makes a woman feel? No more. No more. You have to be bold and unexpected. When I went on Shark Tank, I went in a low-cut canary yellow peplum dress with a big old afro and extreme makeup. Why? Because they want a show. I'm going to give you a show. Remember who's in your audience. Know and study your audience. When you go on television, it's showtime. Every time you pitch, it's showtime. Open up the curtains. Give them a show. Give them a show. But you have to be a master storyteller. If I went on Shark Tank and it just said, hey, I'm Precious Williams. I'm the founder of Curvy Girls Lingerie. We do lingerie for big girls because big girls need love too. They would have been like, get her out of here. cut it out. Be a master storyteller. Tell a story with your story. Tell a story within your pitch. And that's how you enroll people in what you're saying. Can you captivate and titillate? Yes, you can. You want to be able to grab the audience's attention in the first 10 seconds. Why do you think I said, raise your hands if you want to be a bad bitch with a power pitch? And I'm going to look at you because listen, I ain't breaking code. I want you to feel some type of way. I want you to not feel lukewarm. I want you to either love it or hate it, but you have a reaction to me. That's how you captivate and titillate. You want to start off with a bang and end with fireworks, Dr. Cheryl Wood. You want to bring your passion, your energy, and your intensity to it. It may be 6 or 7 o'clock at night. Y'all know people are tired, but I'm not here to hear tiredness. I'm here to bring the energy and the noise and the funk. A lot of pitch competitions happen at night and people are tired. So you got to bring it. And I want you to pay attention to this meme. Be somebody nobody thought you could be. A lot of us are carrying around the baggage of people telling you what you cannot do. I want you to defy the odds, even if you're telling yourself you're not good enough. I got on stages at 327 pounds with people who went to Ivy League schools, cool tech companies, global companies, all laughing at me till I walked away with the money. Why is that? Because I came to captivate and titillate. I'm not here to be cute. I'm not here to talk about food. I'm here to captivate and titillate. Be somebody nobody thought you could be, even if that person is you. And finally, here's something I really want y'all to pay attention to. Do you know what your secret weapon is? Does anybody know what their secret weapon is? Start posting in the comments. What do you think your secret weapon is? Humor, connector. I love it. Yes, empathy, fluent as translating personality. Yes. So let me tell you what your real secret weapon is. Let your perceived flaws be your secret weapon. Your perceived flaws, age, race, class, sex, sexual orientation, ability versus differently, ability or differently abled, other. Those are your secret weapons. Why? Because they never see you coming. They'll dismiss you early. They think you don't have what it takes. When I walk into a room, do you know that I have a law degree? Or do you think that I have multiple children with different baby daddies? Do you think that I'm uneducated? See, I don't have my education written all over me. I have a lot of personality. But because they see my race, my age, my gender, they will dismiss me, which allows me to come from behind and totally slay all competition. Remember, I told you I'm always ready to do battle. I'm ready to fight. What did Ric Flair say? To be the best, you've got to beat the best. Sometimes when people underestimate people, you're considered the underdog. I'm only considered the underdog to people who don't know me. So think about that. You didn't wake up today to be mediocre. As T.I. says, no mediocre. I don't deal with mediocre people. If you want to play that game, go somewhere else. I want you to fearlessly be yourself. When I go into the Federal Reserve Bank, when I go to NBC Universal, the way I'm talking to y'all now is how I talk to them. You may say, no, that's not true, Precious. I'm here to tell you. I have my good friend, Kelly Charles Collins of Ladies Who Leverage. She will tell you, she was actually in a thing. I was teaching Microsoft. I was teaching some executives at Microsoft. And I said something. And when I got finished speaking and they loved me and they said, come back, we, put a contract together and everything. She said, Precious, I did not believe you actually talk the same way you do to regular people. You really talk to them. I think I said balls to the wall or something like that because I was training. And she said she almost lost the pearl. And I said, because I'm me. They didn't hire me to be fake Precious. They didn't hire me to be, hi, I'm so glad to be here. No, I'm glad to be here, but I earned the right to be here. Speak authentically. Speak like yourself. Own your freaking magic. And remember, it's always showtime. So don't lose your real self in a search for acceptance by others who don't even accept themselves. I don't have to be Kim Kardashian. I don't have to be any of these people. I can just be Precious Williams. And I've gotten pretty far by being Precious Williams and not a copycat of someone else. So I don't know who that resonates with, but I want you to know that every time someone dismisses you or does not see you, it's a gift. Your perceived flaw, it's not a real flaw. It's a perceived flaw. Because to me, they don't see me coming. And that allows me to just come in under the radar. Slice throats.
I love that, especially as a people, as Black people,
Mm-hmm.
they don't see us coming. And I
Nope.
think that is our greatest, at least for me, I count that as one of my greatest, you know, positives,
It is.
right? It's
It is a positive. It is such a positive. And I always want to end near the end with that because we've been fighting so long to try and be something that we're not. When we can just be ourselves and realize that some people are going to see you as less than, and it is truly a gift because you walk in there almost like with a clean slate. You don't think much of me anyway, so everything I do is about to be a bonus.
Mhm.
About to wipe up the floor with you.
I will
You
tell
don't
you
even
a
know it.
story. It was, I had to have been 22 years old going to get my first job. And this was pre-LinkedIn, pre-social media, 1992, 93.
Mm-hmm.
I walked into that HR office and the woman said to me, literally, I didn't know you were Black. And a part of me, so like now the current me would have said, well, does that mean you're going to offer me the job? You know, something like that to
Yeah.
break the ice. But at the time, I was so shocked that she said that, that all I could say was, oh, okay. You know, and then we proceeded with the interview. But I do think that we need to lean into that a lot more.
We definitely do.
Yeah.
And it's funny when you said the word lean in, of course, I thought of Sheryl Sandberg's book, and I couldn't identify with the book at all. I just couldn't. Why? And you know this, Cherie, and and a lot of the women know this. When I meet Black women, we be at the table before anybody else. Be at the front of the table.
Truth.
Just be at the table like this.
That's the truth.
Okay, yeah. Be at the front of the table like it's ours, and it is.
And then they ask you to move, and you're like, who, me?
I'm sorry. What we talking about? You said this is the table, right? So I'm at the table.
Mm-hmm.
This is my seat at the table. That's it.
But you know what, Precious? Then we're called aggressive and ABW because of it.
Mhm.
And I own that as well. You know, people could say whatever they want about Omarosa, and there's a lot to say, but she did really say that as like years ago in her reality TV time. That
Right.
Yeah, she's like, I own it. And because of that, she was one of the most requested reality stars for many, many years when, you know, other people had flamed out. So
Definitely.
yeah.
And and listen, are you going to be problematic to certain people? Of course you all will.
Mhm.
You're going to be problematic to certain people. I remember I was a member of the New York Junior League, and they used to call me the big personality.
Mhm.
And I used to hate that because as you reduced me down to a personality. You couldn't reduce me down to who I was married to. You couldn't reduce me down to being staff or help.
Mhm.
I had to be the big personality, which
Mhm.
means y'all didn't respect me.
Mhm.
Because not only am I a personality, I backing it up. I back up what I say.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, listen, am I going to be problematic to certain people? I know my place, and my place is never in the back. It's always in the front.
Mhm.
So when you're shining bright, don't dim your light because it's shining in someone else's eyes.
Yeah.
Finally, as we get down to the end, I want you all to take this quiz. It's a free quiz. Go to www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com/quiz. It's a free 6-question quiz. It'll help you start to craft your new pitches based on your characteristics that fit into you, like algorithms and all of that. But it'll teach you how to get started on that. So you can take a picture, or you'll get this recording. And here are my books. And you can get that off of my website, or for the people, y'all know y'all gonna get it yourselves. Okay. And here's my contact information again. And I hope that I did this all on time.
Ma'am.
So before we get to the Q&A, I'm going to do a quick commercial here for the 10K project.
Okay.
Super quick for those of you who are not familiar with who we are, what we're doing, what we're about. And I will start off with our story. So our story actually starts with me being a business plan writer for close to a decade. Short story is I would get a lot of people calling me who wanted to raise money for their businesses. And people from other ethnicities would usually have that cousin, that, uncle, somebody that could write them a six-figure check. People from our culture usually would not have those resources, right? But they would have some excellent ideas. They were hard workers, they were hustlers. And then I also saw the emergence of the We Buy Black movement, and I said, if people are buying Black, maybe they would invest Black too. So that is the beginning of the 10K project. So there are two parts to the 10K project. Part one is, in order for us to do this, we need to look at economic change from the ground up. There was a study that said that when 3.5% of a community comes together, a social change can happen. Well, I believe an economic change can happen as well. That's 1.3 million Black people. I know we can do it. Part two, we need to get our families organized. So one of the things we are talking about is, doing some sort of doing some sort of a family bank challenge where our families are going to start getting together, getting organized. We interviewed a family, a Black family, started with $25 per month per family member. Now they have 7 figures in assets and cash. Okay, so no excuses. And they come in for an hour and a half and they talked about everything from how they got started, how they grew, what did they invest in, how did they handle certain family members who wanted to put money in, who wanted to take money out, etc. That training in itself is worth it because you're getting it from someone that looks like you and I. Part two of what we're doing is something called equity crowdfunding. And I have to say, for legal purposes, it is if we are approved. So equity crowdfunding is simple. It's a bunch of people putting in a little bit of money each in order to fund a business. So the 10K project is simple. If 10,000 people came together, put in $100 each, that's $1 million. The community can start funding its own businesses, can create jobs, can profit from its own innovation, and we together can build Black wealth. So if we are approved, then that is the ultimate vision for the 10K project. We are asking for people to become members of our community. Membership is $100. It's a one-time lifetime payment of $100. And with that, we have a lot of members only webinars that we're doing right now. You'll get that family bank webinar, which for many of you, that in itself would be worth the $100 one-time payment. But we have so many other webinars that we have done and are doing around increasing your income, buying assets. We have a woman coming in a couple of weeks to talk about investing in hotels, creating generational wealth, entrepreneurship. The calendar of events is on the10kproject.com if you want to see some of the things that are forthcoming. Again, we're talking about doing a challenge. I'm going to try to have it together for November for all of us around family banks and doing a family bank challenge. We have so much happening. The10kproject.com to check out our calendar of events and become a member. And if you have questions about it, again, by law, we cannot answer it in email, but we are able to answer it in this forum here. So as you're asking your questions to Precious, if you have questions for us, we'll be able to answer those as well. So with that, I know it wasn't the perfect pitch like Precious. I will work on some of the things that she talked about, but thank you so much, Precious, for being here. There is a question in the Q&A, and if others have questions, let us know. So, Precious, the question was here about what if you don't have a lot of personality?
Well, I work with those who have, I won't say they don't have personality, might not just demonstrate it outwardly as much as I do, but you can be the quiet storm. You know how like I come on very, very strong?
Mhm.
You can still come into the room. You can saunter into a room and draw them into your personality.
Ooh.
Whereas I'm all, you're like, that's cute. That's cute what Precious is doing. I'm just gonna meet people one by one. And then when I hit that stage while she's just going in and in, I'm gonna draw you to me. I'm gonna make you think. And then I got you. So I work with all different types of personalities, right? And so don't give up on yourself if you don't have a big gregarious personality. It's also the ones that are really quiet that always intrigue me. Because I'm always like, what they thinking about, what they talking about, what they got going on in their brain of theirs. They're probably taking over the world, plotting to take over the world while I'm sitting up here talking a good game. You know what I mean? So it doesn't, like, listen, introvert, extrovert, or in between, you can make pitching work for you. I promise.
So, and I want to say Dominique has her family bank meeting on October 18th. She said,
Yeah, I peep game. I peep
powerful.
game.
Dominique, we're going to have you after you have your meeting and everything. Maybe you can be a part of the November challenge and come and tell the people what your experience is with that first meeting. And everybody put a 6, let's say 7. Put a 7 in the chat if you think that's a good idea, because I am looking to kind of refine this. If we had a family bank challenge, because my thought is November is Thanksgiving month, right? You're going to be with Big Mama. You're going to be with Uncle Roro, whomever. It's a great time to have a family meeting, talk about these things, come up with the family mission statement and all the other things. So we're also looking to attract new people. So people are saying 7. Good. All righty then. Because that's what we'll do then. We're going to do a challenge in November around.
Can your family be your friends? Because I'm going to tell you, right?
Yes.
You know how when you know your family, you're like,
And actually, that's one of the things that they talked about in the family bank training was some of their family didn't choose to come in, but they had some close friends who did, and how they put it so that everyone was on one accord. And I'm telling you, it was, Celicia can shake her head to this. It was an hour and a half. It was so good.
Yeah, Joseph said he is going to be doing it in honor of his grandmother. And I think that's a wonderful way to honor your family, is to help them be financially stable. So that's a great, great gift. And again, that goes into our holiday conversation, but give the gift that really keeps on giving.
word.
That's awesome. Yes, I see everybody here. Everybody in the chat is also agreeing. So
I'm so happy, guys, because I've been thinking about this for like a week and a half. What are we going to do to end the year strong? And I think that the Family Bank Challenge is something I haven't seen just in Black America, Black wealth building, period. And I think no matter where you are in your wealth building journey, there can be something for you, because you may be a bank of one. And that's one of the things that I'll say. So I might be talking to Precious and having her, and pay for a consultation to have her help me pull some of the pitch together. But yeah, you may be a family bank of one right now, or you may find, family in places you don't see it. So
we have a few more questions. They would love to see your contact information again. So you'll need to put that up.
Okay, I got to put it up because got to get a crowd what they want. Got to get the crowd what they want.
Fun.
Okay, hold on, yo.
Someone says they want to unleash their fearlessness, but in their head, they always pull the clutch. So they probably just.
Oh, I totally understand that.
There
you gotta say, I like that picture of me. I look so demure. I look like I wouldn't be who I really am.
You do well in yellow, though. You picked your primary color there. So.
Girl, you know how we do. You know how we do.
I'm good. Well, I'm going to say this is while we're doing this. See, there's also the perceived disadvantage of being a model for over 10 years. They expect certain things from me when they see.
Right.
So when I come and talk to them about something totally unrelated, like blockchain, it's a very stark contrast.
You see, I had to do this. Okay.
That's the point. I'm a technology person. I'm a behind the scenes person. But again, just because you have something that doesn't fit the mold, and I always say that I go by my name, T Shine, all the time. They don't even know if I'm a man or a woman. So
True that.
I walk into the room, it's usually like, oh, who are you and what are you here for? And then I have to announce what I do. So I think there's always that. And I love that you brought that forward, that it's just a perception. That doesn't mean it has to be true. You show the truth by speaking, by being present.
I'm glad you said that because I remember when I was at Spelman College, they had this book out called the BAP Handbook, the Black American Princess Handbook.
Yeah.
And one of the names, not to name your kids, they lumped Precious in with Lamangelo and Orangelo. And I was like, first of all, I own this name. I own it. Like, you know, has it stopped me from getting jobs? I wouldn't know because I'm not looking for one. So I wouldn't know. But it's nice to know that no school can hold me, no school can hold anybody. You know, we've been kind of sold the bill of goods that, you know, if you start here and you start here, that's going to be your life. And it's like, it doesn't have to be. If we're breaking the generational curse of financial instability by the 10K project, it can be and it will be done. And what did God say? You know, you speak it into existence. It's done.
There you go. Miss Carla has a question. She says, have you always had the confidence, or did it come from the obstacles that you have encountered and conquered?
It definitely, they asked me this at the Federal Reserve Bank today, and I thought that was, this is a question I get a lot. No, my confidence definitely came from the things that I've overcome. Definitely. 3 years ago, and I know Cherie knows this, 3 years ago, I was homeless on the streets of New York. Like homeless, like eating out of garbage cans, like a severe alcohol problem. Like the love of my life died right after I finished Shark Tank. So Shark Tank is bittersweet for me. As much as I love the experience, right afterwards, my business partner and I, we couldn't see eye to eye. He died. I took to drinking to calm myself, and then it became a crutch, and then it literally took everything from me. I became homeless. I lost every dollar of that money that I ever made from Curvy Girls. I tried to take my life on my 38th birthday, which was January 22nd, 2017. Obviously, I was unsuccessful from right in front of y'all on October 1st, 2020. And I went into a program, not a rehab, because I went into a life transformation program at the Bowery Mission Women's Center here in New York. And I was there almost 2 years. When I walked out of there, I restarted Perfect Pitches by Precious. And no one thought anybody, those big time gurus that everybody loves are the same people who slammed the door in my face and said I'd never make it. And so they gave me a hunger and they gave me a fire. And I said, you know what? They slammed the door in my face. If I'm really the female MacGyver of business, I'm going to show you how it's done. And so from there, I wrote my book. I got back on my thug thizzle, on my grind. And one of the greatest things that ever happened to me is that 3 years to the day I tried to take my life, Microsoft, the very Microsoft, the Bill Gates Microsoft, named me the January 2020 game changer. And today I was blessed to find out that I won I'm the silver medalist for the Stevie Awards for Maverick of the Year. So in less than 2 years, I walked out of homelessness, and I'm right standing before you today with clients, those big clients. They don't care what I've been through. They care that I worked through it and that I show women how to do it today. They love the fact that I'm a 2-time #1 bestseller author, and I did that walking out of homelessness. And so my confidence comes from God and from believing the vision he had for me. He said, no, this one, your life isn't over. Oh, it's just begun, because you're going to show them that no matter how far down the totem pole you fall, I got you, and I can work everything out to your good. So the very people that dissed me before are the very same people calling me today. And I didn't have to go back. And in fact, I'll be speaking with Damon John at the Event Planners virtual summit. That's going to be October 13th through the 15th in a fireside chat. So I haven't seen this man since 2016. Now I get to see him in 2020.
Yeah. I will say one thing as well, again, as somebody who's helped people raise capital, is expect the no's.
Oh, truly.
Expect the no's, because number one is you can't take it personally.
Not at all.
Number two is the majority of people won't believe that you can do it. You know, we get no's all the time within the 10K project, but you know what? We get a whole lot of yeses as well. And we just work with the yeses, and Eventually, look, once the train is leaving and it's going 200 miles an hour, believe everybody,
Everybody and their mama.
everybody and their mama. Girl, I knew you could do it.
You like, oh, word? Oh, okay.
But you have to go through that. And I think whatever projects you're starting and whatever you're doing in life, you know, it's everybody starts from zero. So Talisha, go ahead. There's another question in here. I think it's a great question.
Oh yeah, she wants us. They want to share your self-care routine, please. That's an interesting question for sure.
Oh, my self-care routine?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, girl. Since I just moved into my 2-bedroom apartment, girl, like I've become a straight girl in these streets. So when I wake up in the morning, I read scripture. And I usually play a song, like I love that song. This is Marvin Sapp with the Now I See I'm Stronger, I'm Wiser. I can't think of the name of the song, but y'all know what the song is. I'm wiser, I'm strong, whatever. I listen to that song. I might listen to Stephen Furtick in the morning. And then I do this prosperity journal where for 8 minutes I write on a different quote. And then I'll go in the bathroom and I'll wash myself and have some great products in there. I can't name them. They got those kind of names and you can't even name them. I'll put on a mask and I'll just sit and do some work. And then I'll take the mask off and then I'll put on my eye cream and my special, like I really feel so girly. I'll bring out what particular fragrance I want to smell like that day. And then I'll put that on. And then I'll get ready to face the day because my day really starts around 4:35 in the morning. And I go hard. And then sometimes, like an old lady, I'll take a nap in the middle of the day just because, I got to get ready for what's going on. And then I'll keep going. And then when I go to bed at night, I'm really kikiing with my girls and talking about some raggedy stuff we be talking about. And then I'm like, pray. And then I'll go to bed and I'll watch a makeup tutorial, which I'm never going to do the makeup tutorials, but I love watching makeup tutorials and crime shows. And then that's it. That's how my day is. I love meeting with women who never thought that they would be where they are today, who struggle, and they just need that confidence builder, someone who's going to kick their butt and hold their hand at the same time. So that's how my day is myself. And I love writing poetry. Awesome. That is also self-care for me, to write poetry. It might be love. It might be pretending I'm Ric Flair. It might be pretending I'm Drake and I'm going in on my bars. I'm going in. So that's what I do.
So the song is Never Would Have Made It. That's what it is.
Yes, never. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Everybody sings. We all know.
Yeah.
That right now.
Yeah. Or no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Mm-hmm. That song makes me cry because it's like, and I cried all day over social media about the Maverick of the Year award, which is a national business award.
That is stellar, and congratulations to you.
Thank you. Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
Mm-hmm. Amen and amen. So with that, we are going to, I don't think we could end on a higher note than that. So let's thank you, first of all, Precious, so much for being here with us. For those of you, so there are some people that just joined on YouTube. We've been here for a while.
We've been here. We've done that.
Dana and Alice, y'all gonna have to catch the replay, girls. But thank you to everyone who's been here. The10kproject.com to become a member. We hope that you will be a part of our community. We are looking to do something massive within the community and building Black wealth, and we cannot do it without that 1.3 million strong that are going to come. We're going to come together, and we're going to have prayers for the SEC and FINRA to approve our application.
Please do.
Yes, and we're going to create jobs, build businesses, and build Black wealth. And thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Precious, again. Thank you, Talisha. Thank you, everybody, for being here, hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you all.
Take care. Bye-bye.